It certainly looks formidable. This is in a Google sheet. Looks like it's read-only or something like that, but let's take a look. Not surprised it's read-only, I suppose. Okay. And it appears that this is just one page. So sheet 1. I don't see an ability to go through other sheets. We've got some kind of, I guess these are the people that leaked it, maybe. Or simul capture. Tool, something like that. All right, let's take a look. Token price performance. So this is just the tokens that the FTX allegedly held, which is not going to really give us too much of a picture, right? Ultimately, we don't know the cash the company's held. So this isn't the whole balance sheet. That's the first thing I'd say, is that this is not enough to determine the solvency or insolvency of the company. I have no reason to doubt its legitimacy. What's interesting is you can see that the balance sheet is given by hours. I'm not even used to seeing balance sheets by days, but they close their book every hour, which is a really surprising thing. A lot of the tokens show up at midnight for some reason on the 8th. Not sure why. Can I resize these? It's not resizable, so I'm having trouble even reading the value, but here's some of the value on the 8th. Now this is already after the crisis was well underway. So after the crisis is well underway, they have a bunch of chains here. These might be customer assets. These might not be. I don't know. I don't see very big numbers here. I see a couple million here, a couple million there. This is, I guess, some kind of staked AVAX or something like that. That's the biggest number I see. That's 4.7 million. I see USDC on Uniswap of 2 million. Again, not very much at all. Ren BTC, that's some kind of wrapped Bitcoin, I'm guessing. We got another wrapped Bitcoin for 2 million. We've got DAI of a few million. There's 23 million of BNB, so that looks somewhat realistic. We have another 8 million of Binance's stablecoin, 10 million or 11 million of Ethereum, which sounds about right, or at least more realistic. $13 million of USDT, $100 million of FTX token, a negative amount of FTX token as well, interestingly. $50 million of Lido ETH, or ETH on Lido, whatever that is. I think it's a staking mechanism. 10 million of it looks like either tokens or maybe it could be a number of things on 1inch. They have 20 million of on Aave. 900 million of FTX tokens still. Very interesting. 23 million GMT. Well, that 900 million, so of the total sum, which is about 1.9 billion here in the bottom, that is, which has dropped precipitously, you can see within hours, to 1.3 billion. And let's see if we can look at the other side. Where it looks like they were more like 2.3 billion. And that's maybe pre-crisis. Let's take a look at what time. Midnight on the 7th. So I would say that's pre-crisis. The crisis really was unfolding, but truly started on the morning of the 8th. Certainly wasn't looking good. on the 7th, but really was critical on the 8th. And you can see the last frame this balance sheet has, there's a value of 1.3 billion of assets remaining. Now we know that there's an enormous amount of debt, and this does not necessarily reflect Alameda. It does not necessarily reflect FTX. We don't know for sure, but assuming this balance sheet is true, which again, somebody could have just simply made it up, quite possibly. We just don't know what the source is. But assuming that it is true, it appears, let's keep taking a look here, 120 million of USDC. Of that, 1.2 billion left, and just 270 million of FTX or FTT token. So that went as a percentage of their balance sheet down dramatically to the point where it's only about 20% of the balance sheet. And if I could sort this, I would sort this by this column to sort of see what that dollar value looks like. Maybe I could copy and paste it, but it doesn't look too good. 21 million of BNB still, BUSD. A lot of these tokens have dropped in value, as we know. This is Armageddon for crypto. This is really not great. There is a wonderful explanation of what happened on Twitter. I'll pull that up in a minute and show you. Somebody did a little bit of forensic analysis that showed that really what happened was Alameda blew up when everyone else was blowing up, but FTX was able, in essence, to conceal that blow up. That sounds about right. From looking at that analysis, it looked pretty good. So I don't really see where all of that 1 billion is. It looks like 127 million USDC. That's quite a bit. Looks like some wrapped Bitcoin there. I suppose, I trust that this does add up, but again, it's hard to tell at a glance without being able to add it up. I mean, we could do our own quick and dirty of just the very biggest numbers. You want to try that, guys? Think that'd be fun? Let's give it a shot. Okay, so Tron, they have 10 million, USDT 7. I'm just going to look at anything 7 figures or above. All right. Sushi 6. YFII 1, YFI 3, XAUT 16, WBTC 24, USDT 79, USDP 12, USDC 127, Uni 19. Let's take a sum of that. 304 million so far, so it probably is right. But the only question now is, what is the source here? Now we know from CoinDesk and Semaphore that the entire, I guess, now are these copied over again? It looks like these are duplicated. Do you see that? So I don't know if that's double counting that. It sounds like it is. Those are the same numbers. Same thing for Uni here. Maybe I counted those twice. I'm not going to count those twice. So let me go down to TUSD. Looks like where we're at. TUSD is 2 million. True is 2 million. Toncoin is 11. Tomo, whatever that is 6. TLM is 18. SXP is 1. Sushi is 2. This is a different sushi from before. STG is 1. SRM is 36. That's pretty big. Spell is 1. SMX is 8. SHIB, good old SHIB, is 8. It should be 0, but you know, it's 8 for now. RSR is 2. Render, one of my favorites actually, 2.5. Interesting that they're in there. I think we knew that they were in there. Ren is 1.9. Reef is 1.5. I heard they were dumping that one. Let's keep looking. All right, these were just transcribed in error. The duplicates there. We're at 408 million, just on those. So I think this is accurate. Sometimes I just like to check and make sure that the numbers actually add up. You'd be surprised sometimes that they don't. I remember I was in a deal with Barclays once when they showed us confidential information memorandum and the numbers actually didn't add up, and I was stunned at that. And ever since then, I don't mind actually making sure that, you know, the numbers are what they are. It doesn't take long, and it gives us a good sense. And now we can actually sort this and sort of see what it is, since most of this is just a couple of big numbers. There's a lot of empty numbers here. So it looks like they had a bunch of mana, the Decentraland token, Chainlink, 33.6 million, LDO 7 million, IMX 3.4 million, HXRO 10.2 million, HT, whatever that is, 3 million, HMT 1.1, GT 13.6, GRT 4.3, GOG 2.4, Gods we'll leave out, GMT 22.6, Gala, the Gala Games token, right? FTX 272, EURT 8.3, EUL 1.4. So this is just tokens. Presumably they perhaps as a crypto native company, maybe they didn't have much cash. We don't know. 47 million Ether. Not much for a huge, I know individual people that have more Ether than that. So it's not that much for, you know, for FTX to have just $47 million of Ether. Seems a little unusual, but again, this is an unusual time if we've ever seen one. DAI 8.5. CVX 1.5, CRV, that's Curve, right? CR05, CQT 1.4, CHZ, isn't that Chili's? That's one of the weirder cryptos in my opinion. CEL4, C98 1.1, BUSD 4.9, we're almost done, BRZ 6.6, and we have BRZ. Baba, 38.7 million, huge stake in that one. BIT 2.3, BICO 1.2, BAT, Basic Attention Token, one I actually kind of like. Band, Ape, good old Ape. They should mark that at 0. 1.8 for Aleph, Aave 20.2, 1 inch 9.7. Here it says, again, utilized. So Lido ETH, 46.4, so maybe that makes more sense. Compound USDT, that's 14.5. Anchor AETHC, 6. Abracadabra, I don't know that one, 28.3. Aave V2, WBTC is 4 million. Let's see. We've got, what is this one? Okay, this is BSC. So what's that? Binance Smart Chain. USDT 14.5. BSC Ether 9.4. BSC DAI 6.7. BSC BUSD 12.2. BSC BNB 21.8. All right, we're almost done here. Just about done. SAVAX 4.2. Uniswap V3 USDC 3 million. Or I'm sorry, 2 million. And ARB WBTC 2 million, and ARB REN BTC, I forgot what that is. I used to know what the REN is. Is 2.8 million. All right, so what does this add up to? Exactly what it said it would. So that is 1.3 billion of FTX value as of 20 hours ago, 18 hours ago. Let's sort this by column B, largest to smallest. Still FTX, which is the largest. I'm going to delete that because that's what one should do when you see FTX. and it looks like they have $1 billion of these tokens. A lot of these tokens have dropped. I don't see any Solana. I wonder if that is because Alameda had the Solana and they sold the Solana, or they sold the Solana, but that is a big gap here. You would think you would see Solana. Don't know why that's not here. Very unusual. Makes you wonder again if this is a legitimate sheet. Again, I would look for some metadata or something like that. This is a really limited document. It's really unclear what it is. There's no XMR, Monero. You know, so anyway, let's just sort of think about what this all means and how do we think about FTX and what's happened in general. So the first thing I'd say is, without a bailout, and this is really a dark prediction that I don't wish comes true for anybody, but without a bailout soon, I do think they'll arrest Sam Bankman. This is a colossal fuck up.